What's good, everyone? OJ here. Welcome back to another video. Today we've got some awesome information for you guys, but before we get into that, please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're someone new, and click that notification bell to get my videos first. And we are first starting off with how the big Bayonetta 3 boycott controversy has been the best thing for the franchise, because this is the most that anybody has ever talked about the Bayonetta franchise since the Bayonetta 2 controversy, when it was revealed that the game will be a Nintendo Wii U exclusive, and at that time Nintendo was at an all-time low with home console sales and everything with the Wii U. So yeah, people weren't necessarily too happy about that, especially after the first Bayonetta was on the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3, despite Nintendo saving the franchise. So it's been a while since we've had a controversy this big about Bayonetta, but I think that this is actually a very good thing for the franchise and has boosted the sales to astronomical levels beforehand. Now listen, I saw the comments. Some of you guys were saying, oh no, it's just the natural progression of how games sell leading up to the launch of the game. But as someone who's been covering Amazon sales now for quite some time, and also I have some retail sources as well when it comes to what's tracking, what's kind of shipment numbers and pre-orders and things like that, this rise of a game is a faster rise on Amazon than I've seen with any other game out there that's not a big Nintendo IP. That's not a major Nintendo IP like Splatoon or like Pokemon or games like that instantly shoot up to the top as soon as they are announced and ready for pre-orders. Before this whole controversy, Bayonetta was near the 50th ranked game on Amazon. Literally last week, not too long ago, it was the 50th ranked game or so on the best sellers list. Now it is shot all the way up to 18th place as of Wednesday of this week. 18th. It went from almost near 50 or so all the way to the 18th spot on best sellers. That is just something you don't see with an IP like Bayonetta, and it sure as hell didn't happen with Bayonetta 2 on the Wii U or Bayonetta 2 on the Nintendo Switch. And if you go over to new releases, we've seen that the game has jumped into the top 10 the last time that I had an update, but now at this point, it's actually jumped into the top 5, being the 5th best-selling game, only behind Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, Mario + Rabbids Sparks of Hope, and God of War. So to see that the game actually jumped in to the top 5, whereas last week it was nowhere near the top 5. I think it was like in the top 30 or 40, but it's jumped all the way into the top 5. And remember, this game comes out next week as of the time that I'm recording this, so obviously all of this attention, the TMZ articles, the videos garnering so much attention, completely backfired the boycott and actually galvanized people to go out there and pick it up. Now, yes, obviously with Helena Taylor lying or being a little bit untruthful about the situation in terms of how much she was paid or leaving out information, I think that definitely spurred a lot of people to pre-order the game and to apologize and to do whatever the case was, right? I'm pretty sure there was a bunch of people that saw that and said, okay, I'm going to get it. But I also think that the controversy in terms of just having it out there, people that don't pick a side and don't know who this lady is and don't really care about whatever's going on at Platinum Games or Camille or whatever, they just were able to look at the game and it was just advertising for the game. So neutral parties kind of came into it and was like, okay, well, what's this Bayonetta game about? Saw the gameplay and was like, whoa, this looks really cool on Nintendo Switch. Not everybody is glued to Twitter and glued to YouTube and glued to these websites to watch all this stuff. And I think that there was a lot of people who are just regular casual Switch owners that are looking for a cool game to play that said, okay, I'll check this game out. Maybe looked at Metacritic or looked at some reviews or looked at what people said about it. And pretty much every game in the Bayonetta series has glowing and positive reviews. Everybody thinks the game is really good that reviews the game. There's not very much bad scores for Bayonetta. So I feel that that marketing, when it comes down to it, was the best thing ever to happen to the Bayonetta franchise. In its whole franchise history, outside of being saved by Nintendo, this is the next best thing because this is the most anybody in all of my years, decade plus of covering, because I've been covering since pretty much, yeah, I think I was covering right around the time that Bayonetta 1 was getting going. Since I've been covering, this is the most that anybody's ever spoke about Bayonetta. This is the first time that I've seen it trending like this. This is the first time that I've seen people just talking about the game, if they're gonna get it, if they're not gonna get it. So many views on people talking about Bayonetta itself that aren't like comedy videos or things like that, right? So to see Bayonetta be in the spotlight like this, it's just absolutely incredible. And to see it in the top 5 with still, you know, a number of days to go is absolutely incredible. And I'm really happy for Platinum Games development team, because this is a little bit of a redemption for them. This game, I think, can really build the future of Bayonetta. I mean, it's not like Bayonetta makes all of this money like these weird Twitter people are trying to let you believe that it's like this huge multi-billion-dollar franchise or half-billion-dollar franchise, whatever the heck Helena was talking about, which we don't even know where she got those numbers, but that's definitely not the case with it. It's a game that doesn't sell as much as Splatoon and as much as Pokemon and as much as Mario. So the fact that it's getting all this attention is very good. I want Platinum Games to continue. I want there to be more work for everyone involved. So I'm very happy to see that the sales have completely skyrocketed, even from the last time that I reported on it, where it was out of the top 5 and not in the top 20 for sales on bestsellers and top 5 for new release bestsellers. This is a fantastic sign. So very good stuff here. Really happy about this. With Amazon Japan, it's like in the top 30 or so for bestsellers and right there in the top 10, top 15 for new release bestsellers. So that's also awesome to see. So I'm very happy for Bayonetta, and I think that this is going to be the best Bayonetta game ever made, and probably sell the best after all of this controversy and heightened free marketing and publicity by the internet. So shout outs to everybody who talked about Bayonetta, and shout outs to all the YouTube people. I want to give you guys some love. More and more and more I saw, not only on my channel, but on other channels, people going out there and speaking reason and logic. YouTube was literally 10 times more logical than what I saw on Twitter. I mean, if you go on there, people are just delusional at times. I mean, there was a report that Twitter is one of the main places where misinformation spreads, because it's so easy. People are so lazy, can easily spread misinformation. You know, at least on YouTube, you gotta edit the video and put it up. You can't just say things normally, and people don't really take the comment section as much like that. So man, it's crazy to see that, but at the same time, shout outs to you guys for being real ones and understanding the situation when it comes to waiting for more information. That is the biggest thing here, and drowning out the check marks on Twitter that were sitting there and popping off like right after this happened and didn't wait for more information. But anyway, what do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the next topic here, and we've got a milestone for the game that was the predecessor for Bayonetta, and that's Devil May Cry. So total worldwide sales for Devil May Cry 5 have surpassed a staggering 6 million units. Publisher Capcom has announced. On the total sales for Devil May Cry 5 across the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC were last reported to be at 5.7 million as of June 30th, 2022. Now, Devil May Cry 5 first launched for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC via Steam on March 8th, 2019, followed by Luna on December 9th, 2021. The enhanced Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition launched for the Xbox Series on November 10th, 2020, and PlayStation 5 on November 12th. So yes, Devil May Cry 5 is a phenomenal game. I've played it, and I'll be 1000% honest with you guys, I don't like it anywhere near as much as Bayonetta, and that's been that way since the original Bayonetta on the Xbox 360. I still love me some Devil May Cry 5, and I will be down for Devil May Cry 6, but I'm happy to see that the series has this type of success, and they got a Game Pass bag as well. It was on Game Pass for quite a number of times, so this is great to see that the Devil May Cry franchise has been successful, because it's not a franchise that you see all the time. There is quite a bit of time in between Devil May Cry games, and it's not like there's a bunch of spin-offs and other stuff. So whenever we get stuff like Devil May Cry or Bayonetta, it's time to support these games. You know, I would love, absolutely love for Bayonetta to have sales that are near 6 million units, right? That'd be tough because this is multi-platform in this type of genre. But to see if Bayonetta could get up to there, because Devil May Cry is awesome and Bayonetta's awesome, it would be great if both of these franchises can prosper going forward. That's why I wanted to talk about these two games, Bayonetta and also Devil May Cry 5, and the sales right back to back, because Devil May Cry 5 was the originator and then Bayonetta came afterwards with Hideki Kamiya, you know? So it's just great to see these games doing fantastic. These are my favorite types of action games, whenever they're super cool and stylish action like this. So it's great to see, and I'm happy for Capcom, I'm happy for the developers, and hopefully the fans can get a new Devil May Cry sometime in the next number of years. So what do you guys think about Devil May Cry 5 topping 6 million in sales for that SSS stylish milestone? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the next topic here, guys, we've got some brand new gameplay footage for Dragon Quest Treasures, one of these surprising games for the Nintendo Switch this year. So VJump has published 30 minutes of early gameplay from Dragon Quest Treasures, the upcoming Dragon Quest spin-off action RPG from publisher Square Enix and developer Tosei. Now, additionally, Japanese publications such as 4Gamer.net and Game Watch have gone up with hands-on impressions of the game, featuring a plethora of brand new screenshots, so that's awesome as well. Now remember, guys, Dragon Quest Treasures is due out for the Nintendo Switch on December 9th worldwide, and once again, this could be a sleeper RPG hit. It was in my most recent Hidden Gems videos that I talked about, where you need to check out this, or upcoming games. This was one of those. But anyway, it's a game that you guys should definitely have on your radar if you are an RPG fan and you like Dragon Quest. Sometimes these spin-offs from Dragon Quest are a lot of fun. These might even be as fun as the main games. I remember people loved Dragon Quest Builders 1 and Dragon Quest Builders 2. This is kind of the next thing. I think this is the reason why they probably didn't do Dragon Quest Builders 3, because they wanted to focus on Dragon Quest Treasures, and this game's looking really good. I like the slingshot gameplay, how it goes into like a third-person type of behind-the-back camera to shoot. I love the fact that you're involved with the combat along with the different Dragon Quest monsters that you do have. I love it. It reminds me very much of like Ni no Kuni, and I think that's the base of this game. They definitely took a look at Ni no Kuni and said, let's make Dragon Quest Ni no Kuni, you know? So it looks like that, but of course it has like the whole Dragon Quest themes and the characters. There's a bunch of different features, like you can ride on the monsters and stuff like that, but I feel that the base was that, and then he said, okay, we can kind of modify it to make it more Dragon Quest, you know? So I love that. I have no issue with that at all. And this game is looking absolutely awesome. Has a very simplistic and basic art style and graphical style, but it's still clean on the Nintendo Switch, which I think that's going to help the performance as well in terms of making sure everything runs good, because the world is still kind of big. It's an expansive type of world. It's not like the biggest open world, but it's not like it's small enclosed areas or anything. So this is once again very good to see Dragon Quest Treasures shaping up to be a nice action RPG for fans out there this holiday. So what do you guys think about Dragon Quest Treasures and this brand new gameplay footage? Are you excited for the game? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, and moving on to the final topic here, guys. Neo, The World Ends With You is now available on Steam. Yes, you know, people thought this game was already available, but no, it was not available. It was only on the Epic Game Store when it comes to PC. So you can still get it and I guess put it in, like, you know, your launcher for Steam, but it wasn't officially supported with Steam with the achievements and all the other stuff. So now that it is there, so let's go ahead and talk about this. So Square Enix has released the PC version of Neo, The World Ends With You via Steam. It is available at a 25% off discount price of $44.99 until October 25th. Now, Neo, The World Ends With You first launched for the PlayStation 4 and the Nintendo Switch on July 27th, 2021, followed by the PC via Epic Games Store on September 28th, 2021. And this was one of the sleeper RPG hits of 2021. And there was some controversy as Square Enix was like, you know what, these pre-orders aren't looking too hot. We don't think the game's going to sell, so therefore we're not going to talk about this game really at all. And it's very unfortunate because the game is really good and a legendary follow-up to The World Ends With You, the Nintendo DS game that had so much fanfare and so much passion, but didn't necessarily sell too hot back in the day. There was a Nintendo Switch version of the game that was remixed and put out, but man, those docked controls were absolutely terrible. But I think the game did well enough to the point to where Square Enix felt confident with going forward with Neo The World Ends With You. So I think that was part of the ploy, was to kind of get more people to talk about it. Either they were already kind of developing it and wanted to get some more money, or just get people familiar with the franchise before they drop this one. But unfortunately, it didn't do as well as Square Enix would have hoped. And this might be the last The World Ends With You game. I mean, it just might be, which would be unfortunate because this franchise, I think, has a lot of room to grow and improve. But even if this was the last game of the franchise, it was a good run. These games are awesome. I think that Neo The World Ends With You is fantastic. It's got a great combat system. It's got fantastic visuals. It's got a really good story, and it's got a very unique style that really no other game has. You know, it's just this gameplay mix. It really is a ton of fun. So yeah, shout out to all my Steam PC players out there. If you want to check out Neo The World Ends With You, definitely check it out. It's a very good game, and I'm very happy that we're seeing more RPGs just sharing the love, sharing the wealth, and just spreading it around to so many different systems now, with Persona 5 launching and everything on all the different systems, and just everything that's been happening here. It's great to see as an RPG fan myself, you know, for the past 3 decades plus. So what do you guys think about all the different topics I've discussed here? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, guys, that wraps it up for this video here. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Please make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're someone new, click that notification bell, and we will see you for the next video. Peace.